Good morning, band. I hope this finds you exceptionally well. Happy Wednesday to you all. I'm coming to you live, recording from Studio Eckert here in our home. And I'm really sorry that I'm having to do this as opposed to being in front of you in person. But unfortunately, this is where we are right now. We're kind of in uncharted territory. We're kind of breaking new ground right now as far as music education is concerned, and we're all in this together, and we're all kind of trying to figure this out as we go along. This is an unprecedented time in our community, in our country, on our planet for that matter, and it's a little bit frightening and a little bit annoying, and it's frustrating for all of us that enjoy spending time with you and making music with you and performing with you, and we're very sad that we don't have the opportunity to do that for at least a little while, but we're going to do everything that we can to get through this together. Our priority right now is for you to stay healthy and stay safe. We encourage you to stay at home and stay with your families and do as little socializing as you can. I know for a lot of us that's really challenging, but it's something that we have to do to make sure that we're stopping the spread of this virus so that we can get back to doing what we love doing. A lot of you have asked if you can get together and practice and rehearse together. We encourage you not to do that. You need to stay home. I realize there are times where you're going to need to get out and go. Some of you have to go to work. Some of you have to go to the grocery store, which, as we know, takes a lot longer than it used to now. Sometimes you have to go to multiple grocery stores to find what you need. We get that. But do everything that you possibly can to take care of yourself, take care of your family. Wash your hands a lot, please. So what I wanted to talk to you about today is that this time in our lives, in the Unicorn Band program in particular, is not going to be band guard as we know it. It's not going to be, we're not going to be making music together, we're not going to be performing together for a little while. But that does not mean that we're going to stop learning. We feel that it's very important for us during this time to make sure that we continue the learning process so that we're improving as performers, and B, that we're occupying our time so that we're not so stressed out being sitting at home getting bored. The administration for New Braunfels Independent School District and districts across the country and across the planet are trying to find ways to keep students engaged in the learning process, so we don't view this as an extended spring break. We need to all continue working on bettering ourselves as musicians and as people. And that's our goal in the Unicorn Band program as well. We want to make sure that you have fun, exciting, rewarding lesson plans that keep you engaged and keep you learning and make you want to come back after all of this ready to do even more. We want to see you all again very soon and excited to get going again. So we don't want this to be downtime for any of us. Once again, this is not a break from learning. We're still in school, and the district wants you to understand that assignments will be given and they will be graded. So please do your best to take this seriously and to do everything that you can to make sure that you're staying engaged in the learning process. So a few things to consider. You should be getting calls. If you have not already received a call from a director or a teacher, you will be getting calls within the next couple of days, making sure that you have what you need to get through the learning process. Online learning is going to be a challenge for all of us. While y'all have been spring breaking it up and perhaps taking it easy, some of you, your directors and your teachers have been working really hard to try and figure out how we're going to do this. We've had virtual meetings, multiple virtual meetings where we're talking about, okay, how are we going to make this work? What are we going to do? We're sharing ideas and lesson plans basically from now to the end of the year, because we don't know how long this process is going to take. So we've been hard at work to make sure that we are as prepared as we can be, but we're all learning together. So please bear that in mind, that this is a time for all of us to be patient with one another and understand that this is new to all of us. So we're trying to make this work, and we're working hard to make sure that y'all have something that y'all can do. First, couple of things to consider. Are you receiving emails from the superintendent? Make sure that if you're not receiving emails from the superintendent, as well as Unicorn Band, all Unicorn Band information, we're still going to send out weekly newsletters. We're still on Facebook and Twitter and Instagram and the Band app. So please make sure that you're checking your email. And if you are not getting any information, at the end of this video, there will be links to where you can go to email me or any of the other directors. So make sure that you're getting all the communications from the district and from the school. The last notice was at 2:10 on Tuesday, March 17th. That was yesterday. Mr. Michigimba stated that the school closure will extend through April 3rd. As of right now, that's the most recent information, which means we have 2 more weeks that we anticipate being on this hiatus from campus. Again, it's not spring break, it's just closed campus, so we're still going to be learning, but for right now, it's through April 3rd. The administration will be sharing the upcoming schedule of classes by the end of the week. It's going to be slightly altered. It's not going to be 1st through 7th like you've been doing it. It's going to be on an A-B block, and I'll let administration share exactly how that's going to work. There will be time slots for learning for every single class, and you will get that schedule out shortly. The schedule will be done via school messenger to parents and the NBHS student information Google Classroom. So if you have not checked in your Google Classroom for NBHS student information, please make sure that you do that as soon as you can, so you're keeping tabs on all of the current events. So a couple of things to consider, things that you need to make sure that you have during this time. Make sure that you have your iPad or a computer or a laptop that you can access Google Classroom from. iPhone will work, but it's going to be kind of challenging to try to get all your lessons done on an iPhone. You should all have your iPad. If that's an issue, again, reach out to your teachers, administrators. We will help you get your iPad. Do you have internet access at home? Or can you use your phone for a hotspot? If you don't have internet access at home, but you do have opportunity to use your phone as a hotspot, that will work. Also, Spectrum is offering free internet access at home for 2 months if you call the number 1-844-488-8395. That's 1-844-488-8395. So call them if you don't have current internet. Also, for those of you concerned about perhaps feeding, you've got children now that are eating more food than normal because they're at home more than normal. The district still is providing food, breakfast and lunch, from 6:30 to 8:30 for breakfast and 11 to 1 for lunch. Student has to be present to pick up the meal at no cost. All students under the age of 19 will be served regardless of eligibility status or affiliation with NBISD. That's important to know. And again, please check your email multiple times a day to turn on notifications to whatever online platform we're using. The band will be using Google Classroom, but whatever your teachers are using, make sure that you turn your notifications on. So that's very, very important that you have access to all that stuff. If you do not, again, reach out to your teachers and make sure that they know, and they will help you get what you need. So what does this mean for band? What does this mean for color guard? What will this look like for the Unicorn Band program? Well, a couple of things to think about with regard to our online training. Number one, do you have access to all of your supplies? Do you have your instrument? We opened up a window. There was a window of opportunity where we allowed students to come pick up instruments on Monday and on Tuesday. We just received notification from the district that the campuses are closed. We cannot get onto the campus as they will be cleaning and disinfecting all the corners of the campus. We're not allowed to go on. Administration is not allowed to go on campus. It is off limits to all living beings that aren't in the process of cleaning and disinfecting. So unfortunately at this point, if you did not retrieve your instrument, there is no way for us to do so. So you're going to have to try and figure something out. Either go to a local rental company and see if you can rent an instrument. I don't want to encourage you to contact your friends and borrow and share. Obviously, we don't want to be sharing instruments in this time of this potential infection of this pandemic from individual to individual because you're sharing an instrument. So I don't want to encourage you to do that. But if you do not have your instrument, you don't have any possible option to get one via a rental or borrowing from a neighbor or a friend or something, there will be opportunities to do work online via alternate assignments. We will have alternate assignments for those that do not have their instruments. So if you don't, again, communicate that with the director and we'll make sure that we keep that in mind when we're sending out the alternate assignments. Music, do you have your music? If you don't have your music, we'll be sending out a lot of music online as well. So hopefully you have at least your UIL music, but you should have your folders with you. If you don't, again, we're going to do everything we can to make sure that you have that sent to you digitally. Instrument supplies, reeds, oils, mutes, etc. All that stuff that you need to make sure that your instrument is functioning properly. Again, iPad, iPhone, we encourage you to have your iPad or iPhone ready for a couple of things: for recording videos, for metronome purposes and tuning purposes. So we're going to be also making sure that everybody has smart music. That's very important that everybody has access to smart music. Once that gets activated, we'll make sure that everybody has codes. We will probably be getting new codes for our smart music. So once that is official, I will send that information out to you. Percussion, sticks and or mallets. Again, if you did not get sticks or mallets from the band hall, you need to go out and you need to get some because we simply cannot have students going into the band hall to get sticks and mallets. I encourage you to shop online and get them delivered to you, as opposed to going out and purchasing them from a vendor. But again, you need to make sure that you have that. And guard members, flag. You need to make sure that you have your flag and or rifle and or saber if you own those. If you have those of your own, but everybody needs to have a piece of equipment. One more time, if you do not, reach out to an educator, reach out to a teacher, and they'll see what they can do to try and help you out. You need to make sure that you have access to Google Classroom. So I'm going to send out here in a second, right below me are going to be the classroom codes for all of the classes that we have set up. Some of you have already done it. I know that the 9th grade center was using Google Classroom quite a bit, so it's not going to be new for you, but some of the students at the high school it's going to be new for, so at least with regard to band. So check out the codes below. Wind ensemble, it is BEEWITK, BEEWITK. Symphonic winds, LTWMSBC, that is LTWMSBC. Concert band is WP74EA4, that is WP74EA4. Symphonic 1, you should all be on it already, P7YUZIH, that is P7YUZIH. Symphonic 2, XZLJW2A, that is XZLJW2A. Percussion, Percussion is GNZBBOW. That is GNZBBOW. Color guard, it is YE2OITM. That is YE2OITM. High school jazz, the ninth grade center jazz, you may get a classroom set up for you eventually if that's something y'all want to do. But right now there's not one set up. But high school jazz, you should already be on it, is FWENBWH. One more time, that's FWENBWH. And then finally, applied music at the high school is 272 PT3U. One more time, that is 272 PT3U. Now, if you're enrolled in multiple band classes, say for example you're enrolled in band and applied music and jazz band, you need to enroll in the number of Google classes that you are enrolled in school. So, percussion, you do not need to enroll in wind ensemble class if, say, for example, you're in first period and a percussion class. If you're just in wind ensemble but you play percussion, just enroll in the percussion class. We don't want students to be getting multiple assignments for the same for multiple classes if they're only in one class. So all percussion, make sure you're not enrolled in the band class, you're enrolled in the percussion class. Percussion need to make sure that they're enrolled in percussion classes. And then obviously guard members that are in both guard and a concert, one of the concert bands, whether wind ensemble, symphonic winds, concert band, or symphonic band, if you're in both, you need to enroll in both. Because you need to get a guard assignment and your band assignments, just like English and math. They're separate classes. Same thing for applied music and jazz band. You need to make sure that you enroll in both your concert band class and your applied music and your jazz. So those of you that are doing concert band, jazz band, and applied music and guard, you got to do all of them, okay? So please make sure that you enroll for the number of Google classes in which, for the number of classes you're enrolled in school. I hope that makes sense. If it doesn't, again, contact a teacher. Okay. So, also, you need to think about your practice area. We're going to be asking you to do recordings. Sometimes we may be asking you to do videos. Guard members, you're definitely going to be doing videos. Percussion members, you're definitely going to be doing videos, kind of like I'm doing now. You're going to need to be seen. So you're going to need to have a dedicated space for you to do all of your practicing with, where your teachers can see how you're seated, see how you're performing. So guard, obviously, you need an open space. So it may need to be outside where you can set up a camera, or a very large room. You probably don't want to try to do your tosses inside your living room, so you're going to need a dedicated space. Now that space can be a bedroom, for example, for those of you playing a wind instrument. It doesn't have to be set aside specifically for that. I'm lucky we have a home that has an extra room that I just kind of took over and made my music room, but you don't have to have a room that's specifically for that, but you need to have a dedicated space for you to work. And what I mean by that is we don't want to see videos of people sitting on their beds trying to play their flute or whatever with their instrument down flat on the bed. You need to be able to sit properly, just like in band. You need to have a music stand or some way of propping your music up so that you can play and perform to the best of your ability. So make sure you have a dedicated space in which to practice. You also want to make sure, for some of you that are used to practicing at home, used to practicing at school and not at home, you want to make sure that practicing is okay to do at home. I realize for a lot of people, they don't want to hear some of those sounds coming out of the bedroom or in the living room or whatever. We want parents to encourage their students to practice. Practicing makes us sound better. So if it doesn't sound real pretty right away, that's why they need to practice. So please encourage it and support this, because we need these students to continue to work hard and get better at their instruments and at their skills. So what does this mean going forward for the Unicorn Band? A lot of people are going to ask about specific things. Like I said at the beginning, we don't know. A lot of what is happening is day to day, week to week. We don't know beyond April 3rd what's going to happen. What we do know is this. Unfortunately, all Winter Guard contests have been canceled for the year. Our Guard was doing amazing things. If you didn't get a chance to see their show, I want to try to get some recordings, some videos on social media, or sent out. I don't know if we can do it on social media, but sent out to families and students as soon as possible, so that y'all can see the work that these amazing young men and women did. Absolutely beautiful shows. JV was fortunate to go to their championships, and they placed third. So yay JV, we're really excited for them and really proud of them for their work. But unfortunately for the varsity, their season is over. They didn't have a chance to go to their state championship, and it's not going to happen. It's not been postponed. It's just been canceled, and it's very unfortunate. As far as the Guard Gala is concerned, obviously at this point it's going to be postponed. We do not know at this point if we'll be able to reschedule, but we're going to try. We're going to try. If school gets open, and this basically goes for any event at this point that has not been canceled. If an event has been postponed and can be rescheduled, if we get back to school in time to do that, we will do our best to do so. Obviously, if this is prolonged and we go to the end of the school year, then these events will not be held. So we will keep you posted. So again, to the Color Guard, to the Winter Guard, I should say, I'm very sorry. And we're very proud of you for the work that you've done. You did a beautiful job, and we can't tell you enough how sorry we are that you can't perform again, and how much we all wish that we could see you perform. So congratulations on a great season. Both Guards had their best seasons ever, and we're sad that it ended so soon. But we're still very proud of you and the work that you have done. So please know that. As far as our UIL competition, you should know that our contest was scheduled for March 31st, April 1st, and April 2nd. Obviously, that has been postponed. Now, what they're saying right now, the official word is postponed. We have not gotten official word that it has been rescheduled. We will let you know if that happens. So some of our instruction is going to be focused on continuing to prepare for that, but once we get the word that it's officially canceled, we will let you know. As of right now, we do not know if it's going to be rescheduled. If there are going to be conflicts of where they're going to host it, and UIL right now is concerned about advancement type contests, so basically athletic type things where people compete for state, or any type of event where students have to go on from one act play is a consideration as well, where people advance from one level to the next. So unfortunately, concert and sight reading is a one-time event, and they kind of put that on the back burner, so we really don't know what that means for us. I could speculate, I could guess what I think is going to happen, but we honestly don't know. So just again, keep posted. We'll let you know what's going on when we know more. Just know that right now it is postponed. It is not canceled. We have a jazz contest scheduled for April 3rd and April 4th. I have not gotten any word on those, but I think as a director I need to cancel it because we will not have time to rehearse that music. So at least the first weekend of jazz is going to have to be canceled. There was talk about the jazz band getting together and practicing as a group. I'm asking you not to do that. We don't want students to get infected from students that maybe have gone on vacation or come in contact with people with the virus. So we encourage you to not do that. Practice on your own. You can talk and you can communicate with one another via FaceTime or Skype or whatever, or on the phone or text, obviously, but let's avoid contact as much as possible. As far as the future of the jazz contest, just like UIL, I'm not going to at this point make a decision on that. Percussion concert and night of jazz. Percussion concert, same thing as night of jazz. Nothing is official. I'm going to make the decision on that when we're about a month away. If it's looking like this is going to be extended, then at that time we'll make the call on that. But for right now, I'm going to hold off until we're about a month out. The problem is we don't want to completely say it's canceled and then in 2 weeks them saying they've gotten control of the virus, everything is better, you can go back to work, and then at that point we've canceled and not practiced. So we're going to continue looking towards those events in hopes that they happen, and if something happens to give us cause to say, it's not going to work, we'll let you know. I will say that our guest artist for the Night of Jazz is currently under quarantine because he just came back from Europe. He informed me that he does not know as of yet whether or not he has tested positive, so he's waiting for his test results, and once he knows what that is, he will communicate that with me. So I'll keep you posted. We hope that he is well and his family is well, and that's really all that matters at this point. But as of right now, those events are not canceled. We're holding off on making that decision. Band banquet. If we go to the end of the year and we're still doing the virtual learning, this is not we don't see an end in sight to our stay away from campus. So we decide that the school is canceled through the end of the year, or at least the campus is closed through the end of the year, I should say. What are we going to do about band banquet? There will be a band banquet. Regardless of what happens, we will have a band banquet. But if we are still under quarantine, as we are, I don't want to call it that, but because that's not officially what it is. But if we're still being told that we can't attend group functions of 50 or more, obviously we can't have a physical band banquet, but we can have a virtual one. We feel like we need to reward students just like we have always done. So all the student awards that students receive at the end of the year, the class awards, the color guard awards, the jazz awards, all of those things, as far as administering them and presenting them, scholarships, all of the stuff that we do at Band Banquet can be done virtually. I think we can do like a Facebook Live type situation, and the boosters and I will certainly be in communication with regard to that. As of right now, we haven't made that decision. We haven't heard from from the venue that we're going to be having banquet at, so we have not canceled that for sure. But if it comes to that point and we have to cancel the band banquet, we will host a virtual band banquet in which your directors will continue to present your awards and talk about how proud we are of y'all, and you will get to see video just like you always do, and you can eat whatever you want in that case instead of eating whatever we choose to feed the students. So hopefully that will be fun. It won't be the same, but hopefully it'll still be something fun that we can all look forward to. Graduation band, I'm going to hold off on that. I'm going to wait until administration says what's going to happen. If we do get back to school and we don't have time to rehearse, to work that music up, then we can do some kind of recording or something for that. Obviously, if we're not in school, we can't have a graduation band. And then state solo and ensemble contest, we're waiting for news from UIL with regard to that. Once UIL communicates with us on that, just like UIL concert and sight reading, we'll communicate with that with y'all. For those of you hoping to attend, I encourage you to continue to practice on that material. So twirlers as well. Make sure that you continue to work on your solos in hopes that solo and ensemble does happen. So how about the future of the Unicorn Band? What does this mean for going into next year? So your directors have already been really, really hard at work developing a show that we think that y'all are going to like. I know right now we all feel kind of uprooted, like we're not at home anymore, and our home being our school. I mean, you're at home, but you're not at your unicorn home. And so it's a little bit confusing to some of us. Well, trust me, we are still working on this every single day. Your band staff is making sure that we're going to have a production that's going to be exciting and fun. And we believe strongly that it's not only going to be a rewarding show and a fun show for you guys, but it's going to be highly competitive. We're still pushing our expectations with regard to our production, and we think that y'all are going to be really, really excited when y'all see it. It's coming along closely. In fact, the majority of the music is already written. The drum book is currently being written, and we're starting to talk visual stuff. We have a whole visual package that's going to happen this year, including a coordinator that's going to help us with our visuals, even more so than in the past. So we're really excited, and think y'all are going to be excited about it. So we have not stopped thinking about that. We will have a reveal day, and again, just like our band banquet, if we can't do it in person, we will do it virtually. So we will announce it to you. We will let y'all know when it's going to happen, and everyone's going to get online and watch the reveal, and it should be something that's really, really exciting. SLT applications, interviews, and selection process. We're still going to do it the same way. We're still going to have packets that we'll send out to you, and if you're interested in doing student leadership for the 2020-2021 year, we're going to send that out, and you fill it out. We will also have virtual interviews. So for anybody interested in a position, we'll send out the list of all the positions, what positions are going to be available, and how this process works, et cetera, et cetera. So it'll all be done virtually. So nothing's going to change with regard to that. Same thing with drum major. We'll have drum major auditions virtually. If that's what it has to come to, that's what we will do. We've already got some ideas as to how we're going to do that. So for those of you interested in auditioning for drum major, start working on your hands, start working on those drum majoring skills, and we will send out that information as well once we have that finalized. Same thing with drumline. Mr. Turner's going to work on how that can be done virtually. So all of these things, student leaders, drum majors, drumline, all these things we're going to definitely make sure that we can work on that we can do that virtually. Color guard tryouts for the fall. We still need to work with Miss Williams on how she wants to do that. I think there could be a way to do that virtually, but we want to make sure that it's fair to everybody. Obviously, we want to make sure that it's fair to all people trying out for all these positions, but guard can be a little bit more challenging because there's a teaching process that happens, but I believe that it's still going to be very, very possible to be done virtually. So we encourage you, once again, keep your skills up to date. Don't let them diminish because you're off of school. We are still in school, so keep working on developing those skills. Especially if you want to do weapon line or something like that, you've got to continue working on those skills so they don't diminish over this time away from school. Twirler auditions, the same way. Once we have confirmation that this time away from school is going to be extended through the end of the year, if that happens, we will still have twirler auditions for the twirlers, and it will be done virtually as well, just like everything else. And then our fundamentals camp. At this point, if we see this time away from campus to be extended through to the end of the year, we will simply cancel our fundamentals camp and go from there. I mean, the point of that camp was to get the 8th graders excited about joining us, and we're going to find some other ways to get them involved and get them excited about joining us. So we'll let you know when that comes out, as well as information on registration for band for next year. Okay, so to wrap everything up, I know this has been a long explanation, but we felt like we wanted to answer as many questions before they even popped up. So try to get as much information out there as possible. So I realize it's been a long video, a long time looking at my ugly face, and I appreciate your patience, but I really appreciate you taking the time to watch this. Number one, please stay healthy. Be safe. Take care of yourselves. Take care of your bodies. Hydrate. Eat healthy. Don't just sit around. Try to get some exercise. Be smart during this time. And please wash your hands. Please, 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 please take care of your bodies. Keep in touch. Let us know. Let your teachers, let your directors know how you're doing. How are things going? Sometimes when we spend some time in a confined space, whether it's our bedroom or our house, over a period of time, we start to get stir crazy. Go outside. It's important to communicate with people that care about you. Let them know how you're doing. Reach out to friends. Reach out to your teachers. Let us know what's going on. How are you feeling? How are you handling all this? What problems do you have? How can we help you? Communicate with us. Once again, I will put our web addresses down, our internet addresses down here. You can get information on Facebook again, Twitter, Instagram, the Band app. We'll send out weekly emails, now Google Classroom. So please take advantage of all of those resources and reach out to us. Let us know how you're doing. We want to make sure that you're all okay and that you're handling the situation well. We love you dearly. We miss you. I was writing my first email to the wind ensemble, kind of explaining just what's going to be going on over the course of the next few days and weeks, and I got a little emotional doing it because I would rather be on the podium talking to y'all than doing it this way. I would rather see your faces and hear your voices sometimes, and I would rather be able to make music with you or watch you perform than do it virtually. But it's where we are. It's what we have at this point. So understand that we are here for you, and we want to make this time something that's fun and rewarding and exciting and educational and not just busy work. We're not just trying to kill time until we're all back together. This could be 2 weeks, or it could be till the end of the year. We do not know. Once we know, we will let you know. But the most important thing right now for you to know is that we care about you, we love you dearly, and we wish you all the best. So stay healthy, stay out of trouble, and stay in touch. Take care of you.